Yo, what up guys, this is your boy Legendary here, and today people we're going to be reviewing the final cards that got revealed for the Duelist Pack Legendary Duelist 6 or Legendary Duelist Magical Hero. The final support cards got revealed, so finally we can just close off this chapter of reading all the new support cards and see just how good they are. So let's just read the final cards to see what each of them got. I've read them all already, so this isn't a live reaction or anything, but I've had time to think about all of them, but still, I'm going to be reviewing it with you guys, giving you guys my thoughts on it. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. Start off with Yuki's card, Faithful Servant. It's a quick play spell card. I like the name too, Faithful Servant. It's what Yuki calls him in the dub version. Place one Dark Magician or one card that specifically lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in its text, except for this card, from your hand, deck, or graveyard on the top of your deck. So pick any Dark Magician card and place it on the top of your deck. Any Dark Magician or card that lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl to the top of your deck. So it won't work on Dark Magician of Chaos, I believe. So that's fine. But still, it adds your Ace or Dark Magician Girl or any card that works with them both. It has it in their text. But yeah, so that's already good. It allows you to set up your deck really for that. So that's awesome. And then during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, draw cards equal to the number of Palladium Oracle monsters, Dark Magician, and Dark Magician Girl on the field and in the graveyards with different names. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this is cool because the second effect also works with the Palladium Oracle monsters. So this basically means that this is support for both the manga and the anime, because as you guys know, the DSOD movie took place after the ending of the manga, so that's 6 months after the ending of the manga. So that's where the Palladium Oracle monsters come from, but they're not part of the anime. But this supports both, I guess, the anime and the manga, so you can add it in both. All the other support cards for the other main characters, they're anime only. But just like kind of for the Kaiba one, where it kind of seemed like there was support for the anime and manga for Kaiba, it's kind of mixed, so it's kind of iffy. But yeah, so this means that you can include the manga because it includes Palladium Oracle monsters. But anyway, this is great. So its first effect allows you to search any card, put it on the top of your deck that's Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, and on top of that, during your main phase, you can banish this card and then draw cards equal to the number of Palladium Oracle, Dark Magician, or Dark Magician Girl monsters on the field and in the graveyard with different names. So let's see, say Palladium Oracle Mahad, Mana. You also have Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. All four of them are on the field or in the graveyard. You can basically draw 4 cards. So it replenishes your hand. It's really good. Even if you just have Dark Magician, that's still a free draw. Even if you just have 2 of them, that's drawing 2 cards. 3, draw 3. So it's honestly, this card is just good. All the cards for Yugi have been good, amazing even. So they've all not really failed at all. So yeah, this card is amazing. Allows you to search pretty much and allows you to draw cards and replenish your hand. So you can't really complain about that. Faithful Servant, really amazing card for Yugi. Didn't need all that support, but hey, here we go. We got it. Next, we're going to be reviewing Jaden's card, Elemental Hero Liquid Man. So this is cool. I'm kind of glad that they made a new hero monster for Jaden's anime deck. And this has a really good effect too. I wasn't expecting this at all, but it has a good effect. So it's a level 4 warrior effect, water monster. So now we have another water other than Bubble Man. 1400 attack, 1300 defense. Its effect reads, when this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower hero monster in your graveyard except Elemental Hero Liquid Man. Special summon it. So that's cool. It just allows you to recover a level 4 lower hero, and that's it. So it has the same effect as I think Solid Soldier, the first effect, but it's only when it's normal summoned, so that's fine. And then its second effect is, if this card is sent to the graveyard or banished as material for the fusion summon of a hero monster, you can draw 2 cards and then discard 1. You can only activate one of these effects per turn and only once that turn. So you can only activate one of these effects in the same turn and only once that turn. So yeah, so this card is really good. Obviously, it allows you to recover a hero from the graveyard, so you could possibly go for more fusion plays. On top of that, if it's used as a fusion material, so and it's cool that it says banished too right here. It says or banished. You know, that means if it gets banished, you know, from Miracle Fusion, you could still get this effect. You could draw 2 cards and discard 1. So it's a mini graceful charity. You can't complain with that. Any card that allows you to draw cards is a good card. Not really much to say about this card. It's amazing. The artwork looks just fantastic. If you guys look at that, Liquid Man, really awesome card. Just solid effect all around. It was a great way to end off the support for Jaden. And yeah, so Elemental Hero Liquid Man, amazing card. Amazing card. So basically, obviously, all of Jaden's anime fusions have specific names, so this wouldn't work to fuse with any of them, but this is basically made for Sunriser, right? Because the idea is Sunriser is pretty generic in Jaden's deck, so you fusion summon, you use this and any other Elemental Hero monster you want, fuse both of them together, as long as they're the same, as long as they're different attributes. Then you summon Sunriser, search your Miracle Fusion, activate Liquid Man, draw your 2 cards, then discard 1. It's simple. So this is really made mostly for Liquid Man. This can also obviously work with Neos Knight in Jaden's deck because it's a warrior, so you can use it for that. You can also use it with Elemental Hero Brave Neos too, because it's a level 4 or lower effect monster. So that's, at least that gives you more material. So that's actually even better. So it can be used for other things. But yeah, so anyway, Liquid Man is really awesome, guys. Really good. Let's go to Yusei's card, Junk Converter. So it's a level 2 Earth warrior monster with 400 attack and 200 defense. You can discard this card and 1 tuner. Add 1 Synchron monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, as synchro material, you can target 1 tuner monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense, but it has its effects negated this turn. You can only activate this once per turn. So at first I was questioning its effect. That I liked it. I was like, alright, this is a solid effect. It just came to my mind right now. So I just noticed it said add 1 Synchron monster. I thought it said Synchron tuner. So the part I was confused about was you can discard this card and 1 tuner. And I was thinking to my head, I'm like, alright, I get the discarding him part to add a Synchron. Why discard a tuner also? Why discard 2 cards? I didn't really understand that. And I guess even now it still doesn't make that much sense. I felt like you could have just discarded this to search a like Junk Synchron, and then, you know, summon Junk Synchron. This is a level 2. You bring it out. Now you have Junk Warrior. But now I kind of get it too. It says Synchron monster, not Synchron tuner monster. So I was thinking you could only search the Synchron tuners, but no, it says any Synchron monster. So that means you could also search out Synchron Explorer as well. And Synchron Explorer, when he's normal summoned, you could target Synchron tuner monster, I believe, in your graveyard and special summon it. So it kind of works for both things. So let's say you discard this card from your hand along with the tuner, and then you add Junk Synchron. Then you add Junk Synchron to your hand, and let's say you already have what's his name, Synchron Explorer. Sorry. Then Synchron Explorer is already in your hand. Okay, so let's say you discard this card from your hand with a tuner monster, and then you add your Junk Synchron, then you normal summon Junk Synchron, special summon Junk Converter from the graveyard. Now you got a level 5 Synchro as well, and let's say you have let's say you have Synchron Explorer. Let's say somehow you're able to normal summon it again that turn, then you could target Junk Synchron in your graveyard, special summon it to go for another level 5. So that could potentially be 2 level 5 Synchros right there, depending on how you go for it. So the fact that this says Synchron monster kind of changed how I viewed this part of the effect, because it sets up your play for Junk Synchron as well as Synchron Explorer, which allows you to bring back a Synchron monster or a Synchron tuner from the graveyard, if I remember correctly. But anyway, so yeah, that's that effect. And then on top of that, if it's sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you would target a tuner monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So it recovers for itself. So all those support cards for Yusei actually work really well together. So I think you could discard this card along with the new tuner monster, Satellite Synchron, and then add Junk Synchron, special summon Junk Synchron from the graveyard. No, normal summon Junk Synchron, special summon Junk Converter, go for Junk Warrior, then activate the effect of Satellite Synchron in the graveyard to special summon it since you control a Warrior, Synchro, or Stardust, whatever monster on the field. And then, you know, when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a tuner from your graveyard as well. So that's 2 tuners on the field. I think one becomes a level 4. I'm messing up the combos in my head. I haven't fully thought that out. I'm kind of going through the plays like off my head. But there's a lot of potential with this card and the discarding thing and everything. So it kind of sets it up. Even if it wasn't for this whole tuner thing, still, you discard this card to the graveyard, you add Junk Synchron, normal summon Junk Synchron, special summon this, summon Junk Warrior. Either way, or summon a Junk Speeder. Either way, it's a 1-card synchro summon right here for this card. So it's still a great card either way just for that. And then the fact that you also get a tuner back when you use it as synchro material to go for more synchro plays, it really helps out. This card is actually really good, better than I thought at first. Not that I thought it was bad at first. I thought it was great at first. It's this, the add 1 tuner part that confused me, but the Synchron Explorer thing for me kind of saved it. That's why I was like, okay, I can forgive that. But anyway, that's Junk Converter. He's a really good card. I really like him. Really sets up the plays. You draw him, instant synchro summon. Instant. You could even add Quick Draw Synchron too, which is really good too. But anyway, next we're going to be reviewing Yuma's card. So this card is called Onomatopic. So this is a continuous spell card. This is one of my favorite cards, by the way, alongside Liquid Man. Anyway, you can only activate 1 Onomatopic per turn. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Onomato card from your deck to your hand, except this card. You can target 1 Zubaba Gagaga Gogogo or Dododo monster you control that has a level. Have the levels of every monster you control become the targeted monster's level for the rest of the turn. You can only activate this effect once per turn. So this card is actually perfection. It's amazing. It's perfect. So the first effect, when it's activated, you can add 1 Automato card from your deck to your hand. There's only 2 Automato cards other than this card. The first one is Automato Pyra, which is a searcher card for Yuma, right? You discard 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to search out 1 Zubaba Gagaga Gogogo or Dododo. Well, not 1, but up to 2. So you could add up to 2 of these monsters to your hand, but not from the same category. So that's really cool. Activate this, search out that spell card, you discard a card to the graveyard. Let's say you discard Golem, right? You discard that to the graveyard. Now you have Golem in the graveyard, that's fine. Then you search out with that card Go Giant, I believe it is. Yeah, Go Giant, I think. And then you also search out, like, let's say you search out the 2 new support cards, the Gagaga Ko and the Zubaba Bancho. Let's say you got both of those cards. You add them both to your hand. That's perfect. They both special summon themselves. That's already fantastic. So you summon one, you special summon the other. It's already set. You've already got a level 4. Let's say you have some other Gagaga monsters in your hand. You swarm the field with Gagaga, Go, whatever monsters on the field. Now you have multiple monsters. You have multiple level 4s. But the second effect is good because essentially, if your levels don't match up, you can force them all to match up. So sometimes for the Gagaga monsters, there's like level 4s, there's level 3s, there's level 2s. So sometimes, let's say you have Gagaga Magician and you special summon Gagaga Clerk. One is a 4, one is a 2. You could make Gagaga Magician to a 2 and make them both 2s, but he doesn't really have any good rank 2s. But you could basically turn Gagaga Magician into a level 1 to 8. So let's say you want to go for a rank 6, you can make it a level 6. Then you activate this card, you target Gagaga Magician. Now Gagaga Clerk also becomes level 8. So now they both become level 6. You go for rank 6. The same goes for level 8. The same goes for that. So this card works amazingly with obviously Gagaga Magician. He's the best card. So if you have this card alongside Gagaga Magician, which you will, because the first effect will search out the searcher. The searcher will search out Gagaga Magician. Then you normal summon Gagaga Magician. And then Gagaga Clerk or whatever other one of these cards, Zubaba, Gagaga Go, or Dodo monster. Summon any one of them, it doesn't matter which one. And then match up their levels to whatever you want Gagaga Magician to have. And then you could go to any rank between 1 to 8 with just this one card alone. So that's why this card is amazing. It gives you everything you need. It searches the searcher, and then on top of that manipulates the levels between all your monsters to make it to almost whatever you want, So yeah, it's perfect. It's great. Blew me away. And finally, the final support card for Yuya Sakaki, Odd Eyes Wizard Dragon. So right at the very end, he finally got a new Odd Eyes monster in this set. So this is pretty cool. So its effect is, it's a Dark Dragon, level 7, 25 attack, 25 defense. So standard Odd Eyes stats, except for the defense, is actually also 25. Its effect reads, if this card is in your hand, you contribute one dark monster, send one Odd Eyes Dragon from your hand or deck or side of the field to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon this card. When this card is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon one Odd Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard except this card, then add one Spiral Flame Strike from your deck to your hand. So, I think this card is actually really good, in my opinion. I can understand why some people might think that this card is bad or not that good. I'm not sure what people think, I haven't really seen, but I personally think this card is pretty good. The reason why is because, and I'm looking at this from Yuya's character deck perspective, not from a competitive, obviously. But Yuma has quite a few dark monsters in his deck. He could definitely pull that off, no problem. And his deck searches a lot, so you could get a dark monster very easily if you wanted to. You could search it out. So basically, you tribute your dark monster, you send Odd Eyes Dragon from your hand, deck, or your side of the field to the graveyard. So that's why this effect is good, because you can, it's from the hand, deck, or your side of the field. So it doesn't matter where the Odd Eyes Dragon is. You know, because if it just said from the deck, that would be bad, because if you had Odd Eyes in your hand or on the field, then you wouldn't be able to do anything, and vice versa for the other options. So the fact that it says all three, that's fine. You just send your Odd Eyes Dragon, you know, you never really use him anyway, so you just dump him to the graveyard, and then special summon this card. So now you got a nice, another 25 beater onto the field, and you set up your eyes in the graveyard. And then if this card is destroyed by a battle or an opponent's card effect, special summon any Odd Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard. So that's really good. If it just said deck, that would have been fine, but it also said graveyard, so that gives you more opportunities. You could bring back that same Odd Eyes Dragon from the graveyard, or you could special summon Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon from the deck, or Odd Eyes, I think Odd Eyes, I forgot what it was called. Odd Eyes Saber Dragon, I think is what it was called. Okay, so I looked it up, and he has Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon. That's the one, Lancer Dragon. That's the 3000 beater. He has a really powerful effect. He's really good. On top of that, we also have that other new Odd Eyes Dragon that recently came out too, which is Odd Eyes Advanced Dragon. So we also have that one, which is also another 3000 beater. So that's really cool. So yeah, that's a few there. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, obviously. Odd Eyes Saber Dragon's another option, as well as you could bring back any of your Odd Eyes extra deck monsters from the graveyard, like Odd Eyes Rebellion, Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, and whatever other Odd Eyes, but there's so many options there. So that's why I think this card is good, because it says from hand, deck, or graveyard, so it makes it so this card is pretty much always live. Tributing a dark monster on the field is not very hard in Yuya's deck. He has so much search power that it's not hard at all. When this card, and then when they finally get rid of this card, you can special summon any Odd Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard, and then on top of that, add Spiral Flame Strike, which is the signature move for Odd Eyes Dragon, which is a spell card, normal spell card that allows you to, if you control an Odd Eyes card, you can target one card on the field and destroy it, or you can add to your hand one level 7 Odd Eyes monster from your deck, or face up level 7 Odd Eyes Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. So it's a searcher card or a pop card. So that's good. The fact that it searches out the signature attack move of that card, which is just fantastic. So yeah, in my opinion, I think this card is great. I think it's a great addition to use deck. Very easy to summon. It summons itself for not really much of a cost. It's a level 7, so it works with everything else, and allows you to bring out more Odd Eyes and swarm the field with more Odd Eyes and stuff, and to kind of set things up. So that's why I think this card's good. But yeah, so far, from all these cards, I would say the Yuki card is obviously the best one, I would say. I mean, we can all debate. I think the last few cards for all of them were actually all pretty amazing for their own decks and what they do. But obviously, Yuki's card is probably the best just because it adds you whatever you need. And then on top of that, you can draw cards, so replenish your hand. So he obviously got the best one, and it's a quick play spell card, which is just stupid. So yeah, he got the best card. Liquid Man and Junk Converter are both just perfect for what they have. Out of a Topic is really perfect, and Odd Eyes Dragon is, honestly, they were all solid. If I were to rate all of these cards, so for the Yugi support right here, I would say, let's see, I would say obviously Yugi would be like above everyone else. Like consistently every single card Yugi had was all amazing in my opinion. Like none of them were bad. All of them were good or above average or above, good or above, even amazing. So from the very beginning. So yeah, all his cards were great. So he got the best support out of everyone. Next up, I would argue that, now this might be kind of debatable, but for me, I think the Yuma support, over all the way down here, I think all the Yuma support, in my opinion, was the second best, in my opinion. And that's debatable. I would understand if you think the Yusei stuff was great, or the Jaden stuff, and maybe the Yuya stuff. I think the Yuma stuff, the Yuma cards, the Yuma support were the best, and here's the reason why. Because this last card that got revealed was amazing. Searches your searcher and then kind of sets up your levels for easy Xyz play. Gagaga Magician allows you to go for your future hope very easily. Zubaba Bancho, Gagagako, and Dodo the Dwarf, Go 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 Glove. Both of those cards are amazing level 4s that make the deck synergize very perfectly well. So perfectly well. Like, none of the cards Yuya got were necessarily extremely broken per se. I mean, you could argue that in some ways, but I feel like they were all just perfect. Like, they weren't too busted, but they weren't too weak. I felt like Yuma was, if any character was going to get shafted the most, it was going to be Yuma. I don't know, but I feel like the support they gave him was perfect. Like, it was just right. The perfect amount of support. Not too good, not too bad. I would say above good, not amazing, but arguably you could say could be amazing. But I just feel like Yuma's support was absolutely perfect. So obviously Yugi's is the greatest. I would argue Yuma would be the second best cards, because I just think honestly it was just perfect. It gave him exactly what he needed, and it turned his ace monster, Future Hope or Mariah Hope or whatever, into an actual boss monster. And that makes me really happy, because that's one of my favorite monsters of all time, and they turned him into a really good final boss monster right there. So I can't wait to use those cards, honestly. Then I would say Jaden and Yusei, I think, are tied. I think they equally got good support. I still feel that for Jaden, Generation Next was definitely the weakest card out of all of them. Sunriser was amazing. Searches out Miracle Fusion, pops a card when another hero attacks. Just the fact that it searches out Miracle Fusion, and the fact that its materials are very generic, just two hero monsters with different attributes, that's super easy in Jaden's deck. That's not hard to pull off, and it searches Miracle Fusion. I mean, what else do you need to say? It's generic and it searches Miracle Fusion, and then it pops stuff too on top of that. So that's just great. Liquid Man, amazing. Draws cards, recovers heroes, great. The trap card that Jaden got was pretty good. Could have been better, but it was okay. The equip spell favorite hero was really good too. I like the fact that it just adds the defense onto the monster. I think it prevents it from being targeted, and does a bunch of damage or something. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. So I think Jaden's support was pretty good. Yusei's support, I think Yusei's support was better. So I would say maybe Yugi, then Yuma, because his support I felt was just consistently good all throughout for the most part. And then I would say Yusei and Jaden could be tied, but I would say Yusei is above and Jaden is a little bit below, because I felt like Generation Next was just not good enough. It was the weakest part of the whole set, in my opinion, for the anime deck, not the competitive deck. It was the weakest part in my opinion, and then the trap card was just pretty good to okay. It has potential to be really amazing, but requires a lot of setup, so it's not always going to be amazing. So I would say Yusei third place, and then Jaden fourth place, and then maybe Yuma as fifth place. I think the auto support is good, and the support Yuma got was good, but I could understand why. It seems like it's very situational. Like, it kind of ties down, all the summoning mechanics really well, But I could understand why some people would think, all right, this is kind of maybe too situational or too specific, and I could understand why people might be annoyed by it. I think it's really good, but I do think maybe the Yuya cards were the weakest out of all of them. Not that they were bad, I think they were still pretty good, but I could understand why people would see it as bad. I think they were probably the weakest compared to the other ones, and creating support for them was hard because they had a lot to work with. Exi, Synchro, Fusion, Pendulum. There's a lot going on in that deck, and his deck is already really powerful and strong, so making it much stronger would have just been kind of stupid and overwhelming. So but then again, look at Yuki, but that's Yuki, it's the king of games, what do you expect? But anyway, yeah, so I would say Yuki number 1, Yuma number 2, Yusei number 3, Jaden number 4, and Yuya number 5 for how good I think each of them are as a whole. Yeah, definitely. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. But yeah, so that's the support right there. Faithful Servant, Liquid Man, Junk Converter, Onomatopic, and Odd Eyes Wizard. And that's it, guys. That's the final 5 support cards for the Duelist pack. Overall, I'm really happy, really excited for this set. This set is absolutely amazing. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm going to buy a box. I'm probably going to buy 2 boxes from this. I'll probably maybe just buy 1 and then buy the rest singles. But I'll definitely buy 1 at the very least. Maybe I'll buy 2, give 1 box away. I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to this. Next year is going to be a big year for the 20th anniversary. These cards are an amazing way to start off the year. So I'm really excited for these cards. I hope you guys are excited too. Tell me in the comment section below, what do you guys think? Which support do you think was the best for which character? Which was the least and why? Just all that. Just give me your thoughts. I've already seen some people ranting about some of the cards that are really bad. And it's fine, we all have our personal feelings about it. But yeah, so just tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for everything. God bless you guys. See you guys in the next one. Gotcha.